Building better days, the impact of simple intentions. Our daily choices craft your life story. What will today's chapter be? I always have a long list of goals, life ambitions, projects, and tasks I want to get done. I bet you do too. No matter the goals someone has already achieved, it's kind of human nature to crave more, to want to be better. That's why everyone I speak with has at least one goal or idea that kind of haunts them. It's a nagging sense that they just can't find the time to do it. Sound familiar to you? The answer to doing and achieving more is actually pretty simple, perhaps annoyingly simple. Live intentionally. Well, let's look at an example. One of the most cherished parts of my day are my mornings. And that's because I kind of have a sacred morning routine that I'm very careful about cultivating for myself. For most of my early working years, I kind of sprinted out the door, putting on my tie, at stoplights and stuff. I would skip breakfast entirely unless the meeting demanded it. While younger me thought I was saving a lot of time and being incredibly efficient by rushing through my mornings, fact was that I was kind of killing my mind and body, and I sure as hell wasn't more productive because of it. I was not living with intention. Fast forward to the day, we brought home two Aussie puppies. Just what my life of chaos needed, right? Insane. But they were actually the two perfect cherries on top. Turns out their presence in the home was really just what I needed. So during the first few weeks, I kept up that same old routine. The only difference was that my two wide-eyed and yapping puppies chased me around the house, adding to the morning dysfunction as I frantically looked for my suit and tie and jacket. They knew I wouldn't be home for hours, or they learned quickly, and that their puppy dog eyes instilled a new level of guilt on me. And what's a guy to do? Well, I began waking up early to spend time with Ziggy and Gracie. It wasn't just for them. It was for me too. But it took me a while to discover that. I started to appreciate the quiet space before the day's chaos began. It became much more of a habit. It was really a ritual. I learned to savor my coffee, to move my body, walk those dogs, exercise, and over time plan my day or think about the day before, and frankly, just enjoy the morning before everything else took over. So I love my mornings now. I walk the dogs, I meditate every day, I do a plan. I do sip my first cup of coffee long before the younger me would have even thought about waking up. And yes, I get more done, but it's not just really about the productivity. It's like defragmenting my mind. It's resetting for whatever the day might bring. For me, it's carving out intentionality so that I can bring my best self to the rest of the day. So while curating a morning routine is one way I live intentionally, I'm able to identify a lot of other ways by taking time to review my progress towards my goals and holding myself accountable. So as the sun sets every evening, I ask myself some questions, and they kind of help me stay on track. I call it putting my day up for review. What am I grateful for? That one is incredibly important. Am I happy with how today went? Not always. What am I proud of? I always reach for something there no matter what. What will I do better tomorrow? To be honest, I struggle with that one. Not because I'm perfect, but because I struggle to assess what I need to do better tomorrow. Are my goals clearly defined and actionable? Just depends on the day. Do my goals hold meaning for me? Well, I'm pretty good at stopping them if they don't, but I do try to ask that question. How much effort did I put towards my goals? I try to scale them 1 to 10. Well, there's some 1s and there's some 10s. Did I live life? What do I mean by that? Well, I've got family and friends in a category. I have spirituality in another. I've got my career. I've got personal interests. Well, how did I do balancing that stuff? Maybe not over an afternoon or a day, but over a week. And I try to make adjustments sometimes if I'm not ticking a box on one of the categories that really matter. Really important one, but not last but least, did I take care of my health through self-care and exercise? Well, the dog walk's kind of built in to most days, 6 out of 7 days anyway. But spending time on myself with stretching or yoga, or if I'm lucky, getting in a hot tub, well, they're hit or miss, right? I can do better there, and perhaps that's what I should be saying. I will do better tomorrow. So these are just a handful of questions that you can begin to ask yourself. They don't have to just apply to me. And if you'd like more on this, you'll see in the notes below, check out my life plan review. Some of the questions are what we ask of ourselves if you're in my group. The next concept is one that my father and I explore in our book, Opposite the Crowd. In the Burkhardt family, we have a simple but very powerful practice. We ask ourselves how we've made an impact on someone else today. Imagine, if you could, the names of everyone you interacted with on some form of a written virtual index card. Just some way you could visually see who you interact with on a daily and weekly basis. At the end of that day, ask yourself, did you leave a positive mark? Big or small? If you can, put a plus sign next to their name on that index cards. And then how many plus signs did you get? That is in my life plan review. But I think we're here to help others. We're here to give back. We're here to do good. And this is a really simple way today to make that difference. The world becomes a better place when more of us understand the power of helping others. Your superpower might be leveraging your resources, successes, relationships, experiences, and talents to do good. In fact, doing good for others is the fastest way to find true meaning and create lasting happiness. When we help others, we're not just passing through life, we're living it with intention. Life itself is a privilege, but to live life to the fullest, well, that really is a choice. Quote by Andy Andrews. So what a small change or big change will you make to live more intentionally tomorrow? Reply and let me know. Until next time, friends. Cheers, Chris. If you like this content, we would ask that you subscribe to the channel wherever you can get your podcast or listening at the moment. As always, feel free to leave a review as well. That would really help us out. If you'd like to send me a note or check out my company Placers or my personal website, the links are in the show notes, and we'll be able to help you out with that.